Hey guys, so today I thought we would make some of what I like to call crack potatoes because they are so damn tasty. I've made these a couple of times for friends. I made it for a housewarming party once, and as soon as I put them out, about 10 minutes later they were gone and I didn't even get to eat any. So this is a very simple dish. It doesn't cost a lot of money to make, and anyone can really do it, and you should make this next time you're hosting a dinner because it's a really good side and it's really tasty. So let's get started.
Start off by boiling some salted water on the stove. Now take a nice big sip of wine to give yourself some courage for this recipe. And to that water you're going to add in some baby potatoes that you've cut in half and cook them about 10 minutes just so they start to cook, and when you roast them in the oven they cook nice and evenly. And since you have time, you might as well take another sip of wine. Or you can get started on your garnish. So I'm chopping up some chives here because chives go really well with any sort of potato dish. Just chop them up nice, and since we're adding it in at the end, it'll add a little bit of color and a little bit of life to the dish. So chop it up something like that and just reserve it until the end. Now you're going to drain your potatoes carefully and not burn yourself. And take your potatoes or your wine. Yeah, drink some wine. Gulp, gulp, gulp. And take your potatoes and add them to a bowl so we can mix the rest of the ingredients in it. And it'll look something like that. Now to these potatoes you're going to add salt, pepper, herbs and spices, sliced garlic, shallots, pancetta, some goat cheese, and our chives for garnish. In a big bowl with your potatoes, you're going to add in a generous amount of olive oil just to get it nice and coated. And to that, you're going to add in your sliced garlic because it's so darn nice. And you're also going to add in your shallots. You can also add an onion. I just like shallots personally. And our herbs and spices. I've got a tablespoon of rosemary, a half a tablespoon of basil, and a half a tablespoon of red pepper flakes. And you can add more if you like a little spice. Now the pancetta. Now don't eat it before you add it in because this is really what makes this dish really tasty. So just mix all these ingredients together so everything's well combined, everything's touched everybody, the oil's all married with the potatoes and everything. Get it nice and mixed up. And when you got it nice and mixed up, it'll look really sexy like this. Now it's time to put it into an oven-safe dish. In this case, I'm using my cast iron skillet because I love my cast iron skillet more than I love myself. And make sure you get all of your ingredients in there. You don't want anyone missing out. And you want to get it nice and even, preferably a single layer so everything cooks nice and evenly in the oven. So just kind of poke it around to get it nice and even. Now we're going to add the goat cheese. In this case, I'm using honey goat cheese because I'm fancy like that. And you're just going to crumble it all over the dish like so. You want to get it nice and everywhere on this, so I use a lot of goat cheese. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan and you want to make this dish, just omit the goat cheese and the pancetta. I've made this dish for vegans before and used Daya. So you'll get something that looks like this. Now we remember to season our shit. Please season your food. Nobody likes food that tastes like nothing or like cardboard. So I'm using truffle salt because I'm fancy again. And I'm using freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm very liberal with my black pepper because it is a flavor that I tend to enjoy personally. Now once you've got everything ready, you're going to put it in a 425 degree of oven for about half hour or so, and just wait it out. Now, since I used wine in my last recipe, I thought this recipe I would just drink it, and it's a great way to pass the time while you're waiting for these potatoes to cook. And that will be a little while. It's only been 5 minutes, so more time, more wine. Yes, queen.
Oh my god, it smells like an orgasm in my apartment. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
it's done, you're going to take it out of the oven and it's going to be sizzling and smelling amazing. Just look at that sizzle. Give out a good maniacal laugh in the success of your life choices, but don't touch it because it is super, super hot, so just leave it for a bit. Now we're going to be adding in our chives, our little garnish, just for a little bit of spice of life and a little color to the dish. You do not need to be fancy about it. All you need to do is just make it look good. So just get it everywhere and everywhere on this dish. And once you've got it all on there, you are done!
Fap, fap, fap. Look at that food porn. Fap, fap, fap indeed. So this makes a really good side for like anything that you would want to have. Steak, chicken, if you're vegetarian, you know. If you're vegetarian or vegan and you want to make this, just avoid anything that makes it the cracked potatoes. So just don't put the goat cheese or the pancetta in there and you'll be good. It'll still taste really nice, but what is nice about the goat cheese in this is that it kind of melts with the fat from the pancetta and it kind of makes a sauce, and it's so good. And you can use this for anything. You should bring it to a potluck and impress your friends. You can use any potatoes that you want. I used rainbow potatoes because I am of the homosexual persuasion. And they just look really nice. So I'm gonna give it a taste, and you know, I know how it tastes anyway, but I'm gonna taste it now. Yep. People will gag for this, I promise. Try it out.